To a lot of people, it's just a cup of coffee. It's a little thing. But to some others, coffee is this big, gigantic thing where hundreds of people are touching these seeds to make a delicious drink for somebody on the other side.
Dropped the last batch of the day. This is from a producer named Carlos Mbacci in Huila, one of the top producers in Colombia. So yeah, and we kept a couple of lots separate as micro lots, and that's what I'm roasting right now. So I'm calling it Mbacci Reserve. Amazing coffee. Got these incredible floral notes to it. Loads of sweetness. Pretty coffee for sure. I tend to apply a lot of heat to begin with. Want to kind of get to the center of the bean to begin with, and then yeah, later on the roast is when I start to slow the roast down. Allow it during the last stage of cracking I slow that part of the roast down. So we tend to be pretty light in our roast. You can see here it's you know, there's still a fair amount of it's not really wrinkly, but you can kind of see that the bean hasn't totally got smooth yet. You know, the first year they announced that there was going to be a Brewers Cup, I felt like, well, that fits. You know, even though I'm a roaster, I was the head roaster for a ceremony at the time. I just felt like that kind of, you know, that competition was just a good expression or an outward expression for the, you know, the days and months and years that I put into just sitting behind a hot roaster. You know, this is a way of me kind of expressing my passion to an audience. You know, the competition certainly aspect of it was exciting too. I also hate talking in front of groups. I don't like the public speaking part of it. So that's why you see, if you're to watch my routines, you know, it's very memorized. So I just felt very comfortable in a script, just knowing when I needed to say what and when I needed to pour and the timing and all. So I worked very hard on that. I definitely took it seriously and put tons of time into it, loads of practice time, not just in brewing but also just with preparing what I thought was an interesting script, something that the judges would like. Yeah, ended up doing really well in the first 2 years in the U.S. Competition. So just feel very fortunate for that. You can see we're in first crack now, so moving quickly towards the end of the roast here. Yeah, this is what I learned on. This is the roaster that you know, I started roasting on both the Samp roaster and the 25 pounder. You know,
So sweet.
they're great. Yeah, I like them a lot. And you can get pretty comparable roasts between the two, which is nice as well. So we use it more, you know, for more than just Samp roast. You can see this, you'll probably hear a little bit of cracking right at the end of the roast. As we finish up this first crack. It's still a little bit rapid. No, I still enjoy it. I mean, I can't even count up the amount of hours I've spent doing this over 8 or 9 years. You know, and a lot of when I started, you were at a point where I was doing 700-800 pounds as, you know, a 25 pounder. So you can imagine how many batches that is.
It's gotta be like
Yeah, it was like 30, 35 batches. So I'd start at like 8 and roast until 8. Yeah, almost exactly. So that was the time where I was like, okay, I gotta get another, we gotta get another roaster in here. I can't take it much longer. Denver's a really exciting place to be right now for coffee. I mean, there's a lot of new roasters popping up. A lot of people with, are really pushing quality forward. I think that hasn't. There's been a few roasters in Denver that have really pushed that previous to this new group of roasters that are up and coming. So yeah, I mean, I think it's exciting not just to see the pretty amazing cafes that are starting. Seems like every week, but also just the quality roasters that are coming to kind of support these new cafes.
Yeah.
I think what's exciting is I think a lot of these cafes are not looking outside of Denver as much for the roasters anymore. I think you're seeing a lot more local representation from roasters. And we're just super excited, super stoked to be part of that. And I think, Denver is really hungry right now for high quality coffee, and I think Sweetgum is one of the roasters that is really seeking to fill that niche.